What's up, guys? It is Monday, May 20th. It's 11:22 a.m. and this is a crypto market update. We had the weekly candle close yesterday, and we're going to be checking in on the drivers, some of the key things we've been watching to gauge the next crypto market move here. So we're going to start with the macro drivers like the bond yields, dollar, US NAS 100. On the left side, the 10-year yield bond is right now running into a resistance level at this trend line. We have a trend line coming up as support. We want to see this get rejected here, especially because the 4-hour TSIs were at that zero line. We want to see it start to roll over and not rapidly spike up here. So we're at a key level for the 10-year yield bond. If we go to the daily chart, we are still below that zero line in the TSI. So we want to continue to see that pull down. We don't want to see this cross back up and go back above that zero line, because like back here in March 14th, when we did that, that was when we saw our top. And then in actually late February though, early February, we did see us kind of pull up in the bond yields in tandem with the Bitcoin correction being over as well too. So it's not necessarily a terrible thing if the bond yields does it, but for the dollar, it definitely is a key market mover. So if we look at the dollar now, the TSI is below that zero line. We want to see that continue down. And really, we want to get below that 104 level. If we can get below that 104 level, we'll be breaking back down below a critical area of where we found support or resistance. And we want to see that continuation with the downtrend in the dollar. Looking at the 1-day chart, we have that coming down. Let's look at the 2-day chart. We have that momentum coming. Let's look at the 3-day, and we have crossed down on the 3-day. If we can see that blue get above that pink right at that middle line, we're golden. So definitely going to be a critical week as far as the dollar goes, if we're going to see a bounce back up, or if we're going to see the momentum start to really kick in and us go lower right now. I think we're running into a trend line as well too. If we grab this low from December to the low to March to where we're at now, yeah, we're right at that trend line as well. So breaking below 104 is going to be key. Then looking at the US NAS 100 on the right side, we want to see us break above this trend line coming up here. We actually made a new high today again. We're at 18,669, and we had broken above this 786 here. So the next target, and in line with the pattern as well too, from back down here, this bull flag is right at the 2618 and 1618 of the micro fib, 2618 of the macro fib. So that would be our next stop. It'd be around 19,500 for the US NAS 100, which is another 5% move up basically. Looking at the momentum on the daily chart, we do have it coming up on the TSI. If we look at the 2-day, it's crossing up right above that zero line. We look at the 3-day, we're crossing up right now as we speak. And that's exactly what happened back late October, early November of last year, breaking out of this bull flag pattern. So it does look like continuation for the US NAS 100 here, and looking to the past and looking at what happened back late October, early November, that's going to be a good thing for crypto. Now let's look at the pump dump chart on the left side. This is for all the crypto. And then on the right side is the alt season pulse chart. Alt season pulse chart, if we start off with that, it's getting rejected at this key trend line. We want to see this roll over. When it rolls over that, and Bitcoin's stable or going up, that means altcoins are outperforming. And if we look at the momentum on the 12-hour, we are starting to curl. Let's look at the daily chart. We are coming up here, but it's weak. It's weak right now. And we're already starting to see the momentum wane. And if we have a trend line come down like this, we're probably running into it as we speak. We are. So we want to see this get rejected where it's at right now. In tandem, if we see that and the pump dump chart come down, then alts are going up in a big way. So looking at the alt season pulse chart on the left side, one thing that we've been tracking is this kind of pattern compared to late January, early February of this year, where when we broke down was the start of the big pump in crypto. We've been waiting for this 1-day TSI cross down, folks, and it looks like we're getting it right now. We have the red fast line poking through. Once we see that green line come down, it's nailing the coffin. But we have a red MACD coming in right now as well too on the 1-day. On the 2-day chart, we are seeing that follow through. And on the 3-day chart, we're a tiny bit above the zero line right now, but that's only the fast line. If we cross down, then that's the nail in the coffin there. Because when we crossed down, it was like February 12th of this year. And if we look at Bitcoin, February 12th was like here. And that was when we were breaking past our previous high. So I would say when we get that 3-day cross down, that's when we're above 74K for Bitcoin. But let's go back to the pump dump chart and take a look, because we have that 1-day cross down and that's solid. We just need to see that continue. And then I grabbed this fractal comparing it from back here. And this would say our next kind of key date, we would pump until like May 23rd. Then we'd go sideways until once June hits, then we head down for another big one down. So another big pump the first week of June, and it would bring us down to the macro 786 and the breakdown 4236 extension. And it would coincide with the belly of the beast. So if we can break below the belly of the beast at this level and we melt down through it and melt down through the 4236 extension, man, we're in for the parabolic rally. So that's what I'm watching. So far, so good. We are seeing the market structure ribbon move to red, and we are breaking down below the super guppy at the moment. So this is all good. And we broke below the micro 786, and we're getting rejected by it as we speak. If we look at the 12-hour chart, it looked like we're starting to cross up. But if we can see this start to continue down today, then we're set in stone as far as that daily TSI getting below that zero line. Then looking at the alt season pulse chart, as far as altcoins go, we're not quite there yet. On the daily chart, we do have a little more ways to go. If we can break down below this green 786, that will bring us below the daily 50-day moving average, below the EMA ribbon as well too. And then we'll see that TSI go below the zero line. And then altcoins will pick up in a big way as well. So same thing that we're watching on the pump dump chart for the total crypto is the same we're watching for the others, the altcoin specific. And it's just a little bit behind at the moment. And it will catch up in a big way once Bitcoin breaks back above 69K. So Bitcoin needs to get back above 69K because that was the previous all-time high back in 2021. The altcoins like when Bitcoin is decisively above 69K, and it likes it even more when it breaks in over 70. And if we can break past that high over here, then that's when we see the altcoin melt up. So we broke above this green 786. Our next target is this 1618 of the green, which is coinciding with the 1618 of the red, the micro 786, which we're actually at right now. So if we can break above 67,300, our next target is going to be around 68.8 to 69K. That's going to be a key level. You see a lot of touch points all across here, as well as that's the macro, the last bull market high. So we need to get above 69K. If we can see multiple daily candle bodies above that level, that would be even better. And altcoins will like that a lot. So let's look at the daily chart. Daily TSI is still crossing up. We just got both lines through it, just like back here in like February 7th, comparing that to back here when we had our liftoff phase from the correction in January. Everything's looking on track so far as what I'm seeing. If we were to pull down, we absolutely need to hold 64.3K. And then also the floor is rising. We have the pi cycle moving average coming up here, which is around 61.6K, which is personally my line in the sand. We would need to hold that level. Then looking at the total crypto market cap on the 3-day chart, our big test is going to be when we come to the 786 here. Right now, we just got back above the 3-day 21 moving average. It's good that we're holding above. We want to see that candle body close tonight for the 3-day. And the next 3-day candle, we additionally want to close above that 21 moving average for confirmation. And then when we pop up to here, we'll have the trend line, the 786. And really, if we can get above, hold as support, kind of go consolidate, then that's going to lead to our next big move up. Looking at total 3, we're currently at a 786 sandwich at the moment. We actually got above the micro 786. We're getting hung up at this green 786 right now. If we can have the candle close above this level, this shaded zone, then we're good to come up here to hit the target of the 2618, which is in line with the purple snake, which is in line with kind of probably the 786 from the high down to the low here. Yep, it's coinciding with that as well too. And that's going to be our big kind of level to smash through if we're going to see expansion in the cycle. And then looking on the 2-day chart, we are seeing a cross up right now. If we can get above that zero line, then we're golden. We have a couple MACDs green as well too, coinciding with that late January, early February breakout from the consolidation of December to January as well. And then I have this fractal kind of mapping out as well. Looking at the other chart, we're stuck below the 1-day, 50-day moving average right now. If we can get above that level, then we'll be golden. We just need to get above there like this, come hold that support, and then we can move up to back above 300 billion. We're stuck under it at the moment, but it's like building up pressure. And if we can get above there, then it's likely the 1-day TSI will come above that zero line, mimicking back late January, early February as well too. So that's going to be it, guys. We're on track right now. If anything changes, I'll keep you updated in the Discord. Link is in the bio. Come join it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.